Well, it's a very good morning and welcome to Hillcrest, which is about 30 kilometers west of Durban in the great province of KwaZulu-Natal for this Curro ITF Junior 200 Finals. It is a perfect day for tennis. Well, it's a very good morning. My name is Owen Honey, and yes, you're in the right place right here on SABC Sport for this junior tennis tournament, which unearths future stars of the sport, and fantastic to follow their progress as they'll use tournaments just like this to forge their way into the senior ranks one day. And who knows, we might just get to see them on the Grand Slam stage in the near future. Well, let's just remind you who are our finalists that are taking part in this finals today. And looking at that card, it is a stellar and packed card because we've got our women's junior final taking place. Mika Buchnick of Israel taking on Emily Sart-Lunda, followed by the men's final of Yuban Nandel taking on Tunyu Zhang of China, which went, according to the seeds, number 1 versus number 2. So I tell you what, we're in for a fantastic tournament. Well, earlier on, I managed to catch up with the president of Tennis South Africa, and he gave us a bit of insight into the health of South African tennis, and especially at an administrative view. So let's go hear what Mr. Gavin Crooks had to say. Gavin, thank you so much for joining us once again in this beautiful part of KwaZulu-Natal, Hillcrest. Great to see so many juniors out at this tournament and just showcasing the talent that we do have, not only here in South Africa, but worldwide.
Oh, and absolutely. First of all, it's great to be back here at Curro Hillcrest. As you've just said, it's a great part of the country, and it's in a fantastic province because I'm from KZN as well. So absolutely delighted to be back here and really appreciative of Curro's hosting these 2 weeks, and in particular this J2 week as such, which as you know is basically one level below the Grand Slams. So you've got the top juniors from all around the world showcasing world-class junior tennis. And from Tennis South Africa's perspective, it's a really great opportunity for our juniors to see what the overseas standard is and what they need to aspire to. So in Tennis South Africa's perspective, it's a win-win for everybody.
How's everything looking from a Tennis South Africa administrative point of view at the moment?
So it's, I think it's fair to say that we are very close to making an announcement relating to the appointment of our new CEO. We're expecting, if everything goes in terms of the final negotiations that are currently happening, we're looking to make an announcement effective starting the 1st of October this year. He has some really great ideas which are very aligned to TSA's strategy. So very positive, and I think it's optically for Tennis South Africa, it's important that we have a CEO. From my perspective, trying to do both the president and the CEO job, it's challenging in that I have my own businesses, and we need somebody with 150% focus as such, with more than passion involved, etc. And as I say, the gentleman we believe we will announce will be our new CEO will fit into our culture and will really lift tennis to the next level. Richard Glover took us to a certain level, Andre Homan maintained it, etc. And I really believe the new gentleman is going to make a huge difference.
Gavin, thank you so much for your time and enjoy the finals today.
Oh, and absolutely, and thank you for your support and enjoy. Thank you.
Mr. Gavin Crooks saying they're very close to appointing a new CEO at Tennis South Africa, which is good news for the sport as they'll be able to plan forward as we look forward to a fantastic international season right here on South African soil. Now, it gives me great pleasure to welcome my co-commentator here this morning, Jared Semlet, who will be calling the matches alongside me. Jared, fantastic to be back here at Curro Hillcrest, a great facility for playing tennis like this.
Yeah, morning Owen. So good to be with you for a second year running. And yeah, like you said, an unbelievable venue with unbelievable weather here this morning. So looking forward to the action.
Yeah, we're blessed with the good weather because I believe there is a bit of rain coming around, but it's only coming here tomorrow. But looking forward to the finals today. I mean, it's going to be interesting because we're going to see a first-time winner's name being put onto the trophy. Yeah. And that's so interesting because both the women's finalists are very close friends. They play doubles together and yet they find themselves in the final, and they came into this tournament having played here last year and not having a very good tournament. Shows you experience makes a big difference.
Absolutely. I mean, we saw both of them playing over here last year, making a first round, a second round, and just being on the venue for the second year. We've seen how both of them have just grown into themselves, got stronger. Yeah, and it's going to be a complete contrast of styles here for the final.
Well, as Jared said, this is the second year running that we're hosting this event right here at Curro Hillcrest. Well, let's remind you of the women's final that took place on this very court last year and what went down as the Moroccan Malik El-Elami went on to put her name on the trophy. Hello and welcome to this Curro Tennis Junior Series taking place at Curro Hillcrest, just outside of Durban, as we wait for this ITF Junior Women's Singles match to be played between Daja Srpnjokova of Serbia. She'll be taking on Malik El-Elami of Morocco. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Great to see international tennis players playing in the tournament right here in South Africa in KZN.
Out. 50 love.
So it's El-Elami that gets this match underway and scores the first point then of this final.
Out.
So the first game goes the way of
Malak.
the Moroccan Malik
game.
El-Elami. Oh,
15.
fantastic return and volley there from the Moroccan. Oh,
15,
fantastic.
14.
El-Elami is dictating match play at the moment. Oh,
15,
what a
14.
shot that was down the line. She picked a spot and went for it.
Oh, wow, great hustle.
Yeah,
Excellent
Alami.
serve, and I didn't really think she was going to get this one, but yeah.
15 all.
Another double fault.
Fifteen, 40.
Yeah, and we're match point.
Match points for El-Elami. And that's a game, set, and match. It is El-Elami that takes this one without dropping the sets and wraps up the title here at Curro Hillcrest. Well, it was a straight sets victory for Malik El-Elami from Morocco, who went on to make history just this year. She became the first Moroccan junior player to win a match in the Wimbledon Juniors tournament. So just showing you, using the ITF Junior Tour and tournaments like this that we see here at Curro Hillcrest to forge a long-lasting career. And it's so important to use tournaments like this to build your career. It's very difficult going as a teenager from, you know, I guess 14, 15 years old, Coco Golf, into the senior rankings.
Absolutely. We've seen this time and time again in the sport where players almost play down, get confidence, and then use that as a springboard to then win on the bigger stage. So important for them to plan their schedules properly and to be able to then compete and peak when they need to.
Well, in the men's final this afternoon, we're going to get to see India's #1 seed, Juvan Nadal, taking on Tinyo Zhang of China, who's the #2 seed. And it's going to be another thriller once again. But just to remind you what happened in 2022, we had a South African that took the title in Devin Badenhorst.
Curro ITF, and it's going to see South Africa's Devin Badenhorst in action up against the Frenchman Antoine Guibaudot. So it is the Frenchman that'll get play underway. Antoine Guibaudot is 17 years of age.
It's a good start by Devin.
Now 15.
First proper rally we see in this final between Badenhorst and Guibaudot.
21.
It's a good hold from Antoine.
So it is Antoine Guibaudot that holds serve to get this men's final underway. And the Frenchman leads by a game to love in the opening set. That's why he's ranked as our top juniors player in Africa.
Yeah, great forehand there.
Out.
Anton trying to take that early.
40 now.
Fabulous touch.
Great touch there from Guibaudot.
Sure.
What a shot that was from the Frenchman Guibaudot.
1. 40-30.
It was a much closer call there, but that is another double fault that racks up against Badenhorst.
Out.
And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Your champion is Devin Badenhorst with a 7-6, 4-6, 6-3 victory.
A massive victory there for Devin Badenhorst, beating Antoine Guibaudot. And it was a great win, obviously, for South African point of view, that Devin Badenhorst, who went on to win that title, unfortunately couldn't repeat at the next tournament. But let's just talk about Antoine Guibaudot, because he went on to win the David Samaya Open and has forged a fantastic career for himself since.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's just gone on and he's been playing a lot on the men's tour. So playing 15,000s and 25,000s in France and a lot in Europe. But, you know, again, it was just so amazing to see how he's developed himself physically and been able to take it up to the next level. Hoping that Devin is going to be able to do the same. We see him playing now in England the last month. Played the 25k in Roehampton. He played up in Nottingham. And most importantly, he's been selected for the men's Davis Cup team, which is going to be taking place in 2 weeks' time.
It's fantastic. Give junior players a chance to play at the highest level possible, and that's what we get to do in tournaments like this, and developing our young talent here in South African soil, and they can to play international players at the highest level as well. Well, we're going to take a short break for now, and when we come back, we'll be concentrating more on the men's final in the build-up to this fantastic tournament conclusion. Welcome back to Curro Hillcrest as we're about to get underway, and it is this ITF J200 tournament. We're going to first follow up with the women's final, which sees two debutants possibly putting their names on the trophy. In fact, they were here last year, but didn't have very good tournaments. Let's take a look at how they got themselves into the final, taking a look at their results from this past week as they're about to make their way on court. First off, we look at Mika Buchnik from Israel, who's just 17 years of age, and her results looked as follows, as well as Emily Saat-Lunda. There we go. And Jared, just take us through those results. Semi-final victory there for Mika against Zhao from China, and what a win it was. A straight sets victory, 6-4, 6-love.
Yeah, I watched that match yesterday, and Mika, the first set was so tight. Both girls playing kind of cat and mouse with each other, the scoreline going up kind of together. And then second set was just a complete change where Mika upped her game and managed to take that set quite easily.
And Emily beating Donna LaRue also there in the semi-final. Sad, unfortunate finish for Donna.
Yeah, I mean, Donna was the South African story of the week, and congratulations to her for getting to quarters. But, you know, she played a game style that just wasn't going to get her the result that she needed on the day, unfortunately. And, Emily just wasn't credible.
Well, let's just talk about mental strength. Both these players know each other very well because they play as doubles partners. But then again, also, it's a tournament title at stake here. So how do they approach a match like this?
Look, I mean, we talk about it so much. You see this in the game at the very highest level where finals is a completely different thing. And it's going to be interesting to see how the players handle that mentally today. We're hoping for the quality that we've seen the whole week. But I think, you know, friends off the court and, get to the job at hand on the court, and, you know, it's point to be grabbed, and I think there's going to be no love lost.
Yes, it is no love lost indeed. Israel's Mika Buchnik taking on the number 3 seed and Emilie Saat-Lunda from Norway. They know each other very well. Now, I managed to catch up with them a bit earlier on, and they really were not that nervous coming into this game, and fantastic to see how they reacted. And we're not going to just go to that interview just yet, but let's have a look at how this is looking. That is our finalists this morning as they're taking on each other. And the first of them is Mika Buchnik, the number 1 seed, 16 years of age. In fact, so I gave her an extra year a bit earlier on. She has a very good record to her name. Ranked 86 in the world at the moment.
Oh, and And I love the fact that she's 16 years old. She's got some time still in the juniors. We see her having been birthed into the Grand Slams this year, playing Oz, playing French, and Wimbledon. She played first round Wimbledon, so that's also an amazing feat, a step up for her. And we see now as well her getting the result here.
Emilie Saat-Lunda from Norway, slightly older, but she's also just coming off a fantastic victory over in Mexico, so she is a form player.
Absolutely. I mean, talking to her father earlier this morning, it's just she's developed physically so well, and she's definitely an informed player coming off that win last week.
Well, there's no doubt about it. Form counts for something when you're playing in tournaments like this, and when you got a high and you judged by your last game, that counts for something indeed. Just like in football and any other sport, you want to be at the top of your game. As we take a look at some of her stats, 17 years of age, she comes from Norway. She had a previous career high of 105, currently ranked just outside the top 100, but picking up some valuable points this week, Jared, will boost that ranking and push her well into the top 100.
Absolutely. I mean, it's going to be so interesting to see how she plans her calendar going forward. She's picking up great points, and that's only going to get her ranking up there. It's going to be great to see her getting into potentially US Open later this year. We saw that with Devin Bardnos last year, and him using the points that he was getting here to get into higher tournaments. So, I think upwards and onwards for her.
Jared, a lot of people ask, is there prize money available at junior tournaments like this? What's your answer?
Look, no prize money for under 18s. It's all about the ranking points, but I do think that it's a platform for juniors to be able to express themselves and to introduce themselves to the world of tennis.
I hate putting commentators on the spot like this, but I'm going to have to ask you, I mean, at the end of this, who do you think whose name is going to be on that trophy?
You shouldn't be asking me that. Look, I love how Mika's come through the tournament. She's got an all-court game at the moment. Between the two, she does have more experience. So I guess on paper she is the favourite.
There we go, from Jared Temlet's mouth. Well, we're going to find that out in the next few minutes as we stand by for the Curro J200 ITF Women's Final. So stay with us. We'll be back right after these. It's a very good morning and welcome to the Curro ITF J200 Junior Women's Final featuring the number 1 and number 3 seeds. Mika Buchnik taking on Emily Zartlunda from Norway. Two very young players entering into this final at this tournament for the very first time, having experienced it last year, and they'll be looking to add their name to the trophy. The conditions overhead, it is sunny, some cloud coming in. At the moment, 26 degrees Celsius, and it is blustery, but the best thing at the bottom of that graphic is there's no chance of rain, which is a blessing to get this final underway at Curro Hillcrest, just 30 kilometers west of Durban. The players have made their way out onto the main court, and that is Emily Zartlunda from Norway, the 17-year-old, fresh off a victory over in Mexico, winning a J200 tournament over there. That's the number 1 seed from Israel, Mika Buchnik.
Tails, heads, who wants to choose?
Heads.
Tails,
I'll receive.
receive.
And decide.
Well, the coin toss went the way of Emily Zartlunda, and she chose to receive first. And Mika choosing the side then of the court that she will serve from. Tebogo Maleke from South Africa is our chair umpire for this ITF J200 Curro Junior Women's Final. Man with all the responsibilities in controlling the match. Play is about to get underway, and it is Mika Buchnik from Israel, the number 1 seed, that will serve first to get this final underway.
Well, Owen, we're already seeing the wind taking its toll there on the return there from Emily.
Yeah, well, Emily was almost through the shots a bit too early there. Ball got to her rather slowly, so she'll have to adjust again.
Out.
Beautiful placement of the ball there into the far corner from Mika Buchnik. Taking a couple of risks early on, and nothing wrong with that. Trying to find your range as early on as possible. Oh,
30-15.
Fantastic return there. Nothing that Mika Buchnik could do about that. Emily Zartlunda taking advantage of a very slow serve there. Mika querying that baseline call there. Great hustle there at the net from Emily Zartlunda, and unfortunately just catching her racket a bit low and putting it into the net. Chance for Mika Buchnik. Oh, beautiful forehand into the far corner.
I think we're going to be seeing a lot of forehands from the right of our bottom right of our screen to the top left of our screen. That is the direct wind kind of trajectory, and I think the players are going to make ultimate use of that.
Advantage Buchnik.
Great serve there into the body of Emily. A serve that I feel is underused at the junior level.
Just
Great return there.
She crunched that second serve into the corner.
And I think that's why, you know, the servers from that side of the court are going to really have to go to that body serve. I feel that ball just sitting up in the wind, and particularly that it was on her forehand just made it that much worse.
Advantage. That's Linde.
Just a bit too late on that shot there from Buchnick. Gives Linde the first breakpoint opportunity of the match.
Great serve.
Advantage. That's Linde.
Excellent backhand, this time going to the far right-hand corner from Emily. Gives her a second breakpoint opportunity of the match. And there we go, the first break of the match. And it goes the way of Emily Linde, the number 3 seed from Norway. And goes up by 1 game to love. That is an important break so early on in this final.
Love.
First ace of the match.
Making her intentions known.
Pressure's back on Mika Buchnick to try and break back as early as possible. Miscued forehand, just coming off the racket frame. Yeah, that just drifted along on the breeze. A very difficult shot to play when the wind is blowing so strongly from behind you.
I was going to say the players are going to have to just get used to being aggressive with the wind, and at the same time making sure that they are making and managing the miscues. So wanting to be aggressive, but also not.
That would probably be a preferable shot against the wind. Slice shot. There we go, the wind affecting the ball toss.
Yeah, what I like about that return there from Mika is that she's gone aggressive, but she's gone to a big target in the court. And I think that's going to be key today in managing this wind.
By far the longest rally of the match so far. And point picked up there by the number 1 seed, Buchnick. Good fight back here from her. She's staying alive and trying to pull back that early break.
Advantage, Buchnick.
And here's a breakpoint opportunity for the number 1 seed, Mika Buchnick. Chance for her to get back in this match.
Ball.
And there it is. She breaks back immediately, and it is back on serve again. So,
1 game all.
perfect response from Mika Buchnik, the number 1 seed, to level up the opening set at 1-1.
Lifting love.
Well, you want tennis at its very best. You just managed to see it there, and Buchnik just picking the side that she expected that shot to come back at. Anticipation was the name of the point there, and she got herself into a great position to return it back down the line.
Down.
Good game management now from Buchnik.
Yeah, and Emily cursing herself there for missing that forehand. Very, very unlike her.
Hey.
Another big first serve there for Mika, and I was saying that, you know, the surface over here rewards a first serve. It bounces high off the surface, and the returners are struggling to control that ball.
Time.
There's the windy conditions that we can see, the leaves rustling, and the blustery conditions we're experiencing here at Curro Hillcrest, 30 kilometers west of Durban. There's a weather front that is blowing in this region. Fortunately, it's only really going to strike on Sunday morning. So for now, we've got slightly sunny skies. The sun appears every now and again. Getting back to this final, it's Emily Saartz-Lunde that leads by 3-2 with a break in hand.
Lap 15.
You know what they say about a break, Owen, in tennis?
Tell me.
A break is only as good as a hold.
Lift it up.
Powerful hitting from both these players.
To truly take advantage of that break, she's got a hold serve now.
That's so true.
Emily getting such good depth on the ball against the wind there, which Mika was unable to do last game. And I think that's key, playing against the wind, pushing the opponent back and not giving them the opportunity to step into the court and take advantage.
Good serve out wide. Again, that kicker off the surface, shoulder height, and Saartz-Lunde has an opportunity to convert an early break and hold serve. And it goes along. And as you said, Jared, a break is only as good as a hold, and that's what Emily Saartz-Lunde just did there, and now has a 4-2 lead in the opening set. Pressure back on Mika Buchnik to find a way back into this match.
Absolutely, the pressure now definitely back on Mika.
was an early call there from Mika Buchnik just to reiterate the ball had gone long, and Tebogo Maleke agreed with her. Ball had gone long.
Great drop shot there by Mika, right, with the wind. That's incredible.
It's, I think, the first or second time she's actually used that, and first time she's done it successfully. It worked on this occasion. Noticing opponent was very deep because of the wind, and then trying to drop it in just over that net. Perfect placement.
Yeah, I think that pattern of play for Mika is going to be crucial going forward, targeting Emily's backhand. And we saw her using a slice there.
Yeah, especially with the downwind situation, I think it's more effective. Another beautiful rally, and once again it is Mika Buchnik that wins the point. We mentioned it before, the longer the rally goes on, the more in favor it swings in the favor of Mika Buchnik. That was a beautiful rally.
Yeah, the players' physical attributes out on display.
Oh, it was a great backhand there, that slice backhand, just catching the line, and she just wasn't able to follow that up.
Yeah, catching Mika wrong-footed there, and that's definitely something that we're going to see Emily employing. Yeah, getting into the top 100, but into the top 50 elevates a player and gives them special exempts into entry-level professional tournaments. It's the way the ATP and the WTA protect juniors and assist them in transitioning their careers into the professional game.
It catches the line and it is in. What a rally that was, and it goes the way of Emily Zartalunda. It took the risk and it paid off on this occasion.
Yeah, 40-15.
Just drifting along on the breeze there. And it gives Emily Zartalunda an opportunity at taking the opening set of this Curro ITF J200 Junior Women's Final. And she does it. She holds serve. Does Emily Zartalunda from Norway and takes the opening set 6-4. She'll be the happier of the two players after that opening set. She claimed the opening game with a break of serve, but Buchnick was able to claim the break serve in the very next game to level matters. But it was in that fifth game where Zartalunda managed to break for the second time in the match and drove home that advantage to take the opening set. Pretty evenly matched the match stats there in terms of aces, double faults. Their first serves in, also pretty good from both those players. The unforced error count is where things take a different picture altogether, with Mika Buchnick committing more unforced errors, and that allowed her opponent to drive home that advantage in terms of break points won. Missing out in the semi-final just yesterday. We're back underway. Second set now. That goes along. That's the number 1 seed, Mika Buchnick. It has a back up against the wall. Let's see what you can do now.
Nice and high there to Emily's backhand. I think that's a great play. Yeah, conditions today minus the wind would be ultimate.
Oh yeah. But we are playing at a coastal city, so it's expected that there'll be a bit of wind around. A double fault for Mika there, the second of the match. Yeah, great backhand. Getting good depth on it and pace as well. Caught Zartalunda by surprise.
Okay. Buchnick.
Much better start from Mika Buchnick. She holds serve
Game
at the
set.
start of the second set. But it's still her opponent from Norway, Emily Zartalunda, that leads this match by set to love.
Yeah,
15 all.
we've got two South African KZN boys
Yep.
getting wild cards into the main draw for next week. Great success stories coming out of the development program down in Durban. Simpiwe Ngwenya, Linda Kushley Ngwenza.
15.
So they've come through that program over the last 5 years, run by Tennis South Africa.
And we're looking for the new Colomontes to come through the sport. Oh, beautiful ace down the center of the court there from Emily. Taking full advantage, and that was a beautiful swinging serve that caught the top of the tee. A second ace of the match for Emily.
Out.
Oh, and she puts it out long. Yeah, so
40,
just
30.
to remind our viewers, there's no let's call in junior tennis and at ITF level, which is a fantastic way to speed up the game. But in a situation like that, it could either work in your favor or not. It did work in Zart's favor, but then the return she puts too long. it goes long, and Emily Zartslunda holds serve. 1-1 it is in the second set. Zartslunda up by 1 set to love. Talk about fortune at the net there. This time it works for Mika Buchnik, catching the net cord.
Interesting what great hands Emily had at the net there. She doesn't often come to the net. And
typical of a doubles player though.
Just displaying or showing us all that she can do that as well.
Want to forge a career at the highest level. That was a very wide serve from Mika Buchnik. Nice deep return there from Emily, putting pressure on Buchnik on the baseline. Again, the drop shot from Buchnik doesn't work for this time, and Zartslunda puts it away. 30-all it is. Beautiful down the line with that backhand from Zartslunda, and it gives an opportunity at a break in the third game of the second set. And she does it. She breaks the serve of Buchnik. And Emily Zartslunda goes up 2-1 in the second set and leading by 1 set to love as well. So the Norwegian stamped her authority on this final. As taking one step closer to wasting the trophy. But it does cost a lot of money to travel like that. Oh, there we go, different serve this time, out wide for ace number 4 from Zartslunda. Again, just earlier through the shot there, but an initial second serve straight to the body of Buchnik. She did well to get out of the way and just get that back in play again. Absolutely sublime forehand into the far corner.
40-30.
Mika's not going to be happy with that. That was a big point. Unforced error at a crucial moment.
Cheers.
Oh, error and serve once again. And a third double fault, but you can attribute most of those to the wind, that gust of wind that we're feeling around here. Goes down to deuce again. Gives Buchnick a good opportunity to try and fight back here.
Great forehand that's by Mika. And we saw that last point.
Advantage Buchnick.
Emily taking her time, resetting, going to her rituals, a definite indication that she's feeling the pressure at the moment.
And she does it. She breaks back in the 6th game.
Yeah, she's just showing the quality
Yeah, Buchnick.
and the player that she is, coming up with the goods once again. Owen, that's the third time now on a massive point that Mika's come up with the goods.
So remind our viewers, this is the Curro ITF J200 Junior Women's Final at Curro Hillcrest, just 30 kilometers outside of Durban. What a backhand. But that was all set up by that previous shot of hers. A slice backhand, taking the pace of the ball, gets back to her again, and she crunched it with that fantastic backhand. And I think it's just the pace that it came back at that Zartslund had no other answer.
Yeah, definitely finding her straps now on that backhand up the line.
Yeah, much better serve. That's an unforced error there, but it's amazing how much ground she covers. She gets there so quickly. She really gets her skates on, gets to the ball, and makes a return.
Yeah, absolutely. She's definitely pumped up right now. I feel like the momentum's with her and moving exceptionally well for a while now. I mean, that was ambitious to come around her backhand and hit that forehand.
Yeah, going for the big forehand. Two big backhand errors she's made now in this game alone.
Yeah, I think she's just, that emotional control. She just needs to take a deep breath, play the extra ball. I think she's just getting too aroused.
And Zartslund holds serve at 6-all, and it goes to a tiebreaker in the second set. It's been a titanic battle between these two gladiators of the sport. In the second set alone.
One, zero.
She goes down to her knee. She knew she had that point there. Just couldn't put it away. Fantastic hands from both players at the net. And Zotlinde takes the first tie-break point.
Ball.
Our paddle team call that dragon eyes.
One all.
Wow, that is a massive double fault. Fourth double fault of the match so far for Zotlinde.
2-1. Zotlinde.
Some uncanny errors now creeping in, and testament to where we are in the match. Can be expected.
It's almost like she's just tightened up there.
Three, one. Zotlinde.
And Zotlinde playing that one. Oh, the ball just stayed in, but it was thanks to the wind that it stayed in. 3-1. Bit of a miss hit there from Buchnik, but fortunately for her it stayed in. And Zotlinde, enforced error.
Yeah, great shot.
It's a matter of who wants it more right now. There's no time to tighten up. You need to just focus on it and make sure that you play every point as if your life depended on it.
Second set.
And it is Mika Buchnik that takes the tie-break 7-5 and sends us into a deciding third. What a fight back it's been from the Israel athlete. She's been fantastic throughout the second set. Despite going down by 2 breaks, she managed to fight back and somehow came up with the goods when it mattered the most. Jared mentioned she's got that never say die attitude. That's so true. Take a look then at the match stats so far. The most important one is that time at the top of the sheet there. 2 hours, 12 minutes so far. And we're not done just yet. 5 aces from Emily Zotlinde. She's really dialed it in. That first serve percentage, I reckon it's a bit lower than that. It's reading 66 at the moment for Mika Buchnik. But at times, she had to revert to her second serve quite a bit. And, well, unreturned serves and unforced errors, pretty equal right now. That's quite a surprise, but wow, we in for a fantastic conclusion to this junior women's final. Stepping ever closer towards the Curro ITF J200 Junior Women's Final victory.
Yeah, the ebbs and flows of what we've been seeing in this last game alone has kind of been a microcosm of the whole match. I think you have to back Emily now. That was a game where whoever won it would take momentum going forward. It almost was built up into a crescendo. So well done for Emily for holding on over there. After 3-4 game points.
Yeah, it was. I mean, and look at that. We're 20 minutes away from the 3 hours mark in this match. It's been a real match of attrition. Battling the wind, battling the heat. And both of them just didn't want to give an inch until the early break for Emily Zoutslander. In just the second game of the decisive third set. And the scoreboard doesn't reflect how hard it's been out there. But right now, the Norwegian is just 2 games away from taking her second title in this month alone, after winning earlier in Mexico in July. Now, looking like South Africa will be happy hunting ground for her as well to claim a J200 title. When you get to the crest of a wave, you need to ride it for as long as possible, and that's what Emily Zoutslander has done so far this month.
Now, great control over there. Didn't overhit that last ball.
Love 15.
Knew that she had advantage in the point.
Strange, in the first set, I should say, a ball that came in over the net like that, she would finish off first time, not let it bounce. And she's not taking any chances, letting the ball bounce and then choosing a spot, finish off the point.
Love 30.
Unforced errors now coming in from Mika Bochnik, the number 1 seed.
Yeah, I know. Body language at the moment not the greatest, which we haven't seen the whole match. Spare of thought for the boys warming up. it could be on in 15 minutes.
Well, they've had to wait a long time,
Love 14.
but Emily Zoutslander trying to finish off as quickly as possible. She's got 3 breakpoint opportunities here to go 5-1 up.
Out.
Don't write Mika off here, Owen.
15, 14.
Still 2 breakpoints opportunities for the Norwegian. There we go again, missing that first serve. Jared, well, that's now 1 breakpoint available for Zoutslander.
Yeah, 2 saved. We've seen this the whole week from Mika. I'm not surprised. She needs a first serve here. Emily taking her time now, right?
It's the right time to do it. Let's slow the game down, gather your thoughts. We're ready to go again. And there it is. She eventually gets the break point she'd been fighting for so hard, but there it is, 5-1. She goes into a very comfortable lead and is now one service a game away from taking the title here at Curro Hillcrest, just south side of Durban. Wow, she's had to work so hard for this.
Yeah, she's done extremely well. You know, to take the title in a final, to serve at 5-1 is a lot better than serving at 5-4, and she's deserved it. She's come out and played the better set of tennis here in the decider, and let's see if she can close out.
Just a bit too long.
Yeah, and what I've noticed here as well, Owen, over the last couple of games is Emily's relied and gone back to that forehand cross court, which has kind of served her well throughout the week. Again, going forehand cross court, and then that second body blow short with the backhand to the other side has just pulled Mika straight out of the court.
Just 2 points away from taking the title. Her opponent is looking rather dejected at the moment. Buchnik, the number 1 seed. And there it is. 1 more point needed. Emily Zart-Lunde will now serve for the title. Match point it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Emily Zart-Lunde has just claimed the Curro ITF J200 Junior Women's title. It was a tough battle out there. In the end, she walks away as a comfortable winner. 6-4, 6-7, 6-1. And the number 3 seed upsets the number 1 ranked Mika Buchnik of Israel to claim her second J200 title in this month alone.
Well, that's big for her. We spoke about it pre-match. Getting these 200 points is going to propel her into the top 100 for sure. Where, I'm not exactly sure, but it sets her up so well for the second half of this year. She's definitely going to be playing US Open. And yeah, I mean, it's not over, right? She's still got 1 more week. Incredibly, she, again, in the final, I've been impressed by her consistency, her ability just to be focused, to stick to her guns and make sure she just remained in control.
I'll be heading down to the post-match presentation, and Jared will just take you through the match stats and just to remind us how this took place.
Well, there's Mika already speaking to her mother as we wait for the match stats to come up with her dad Marius, having a good chat to her family. Yeah, so here we have the highlights. Highlights going on now. First set over here.
Game.
Here we go with the serve.
40 down.
Emily serving over here on the highlights reel.
50
Backhand
down.
cross court. That seemed to be and proved to be really detrimental to Mika. There we go. Mika serving.
Game. Opening.
And it's been such a great morning over here for
Set.
both players, taking this match to 3 sets. It's been a battle of attrition as both of the girls have gone head to head, giving us a great show over here, giving the crowd a great show. Emily serving over here. We see she went to that pattern quite a lot today, going behind Mika, using that to her advantage.
4 games.
It was great to see how Emily stayed in control of herself, regardless of the situation she was in. There she comes in and finishes a point. That was so indicative of how she played today. Moving into the court, taking time away from Mika was definitely something that worked in her favor and something that got her the result. We see this amazing point where
1.
Mika showed us she can volley, and it's something that potentially she should look to do and to develop her game. She's definitely an all-court player who can move forward.
Emily starts in there.
There's the final points,
2 sets to 1.
sealing the victory for Emily and getting her the 200 points.
7, 6, 1.
Stats for the match: 2 hours 49 minutes. Emily winning the match 2 sets to love against Mika, number 1 seed Mika Bushnick. We start with the aces, 6 aces to 1. That's a damning stat. Emily taking advantage of the serve up the line. Double faults, more double faults. We see the first serve percentage 72 to 68. Unforced errors, not too bad there, 18 to 19 in what is a really close match. If we look at the total points won, 112 versus 95. I just feel like there were some close moments which Emily just made sure that she got the better of Mika.
Congratulations, Emily. It's been a fantastic month for you. 2 titles in 1 month alone. It's been a beautiful July for you. Just take us through that final itself, which almost lasted 3 hours, by the way.
Yeah, it was a great match from both of us. First set, we were both a little tired, and then it's super windy, so it was super hard. We're struggling both on the serves, and then second set, she started playing a lot better. I had some chances, but I lost them, and then in the third set, I just decided to go for it, and yeah.
It paid dividends, a 6-1 final scoreline in that third set. What's next for you now?
Next week, I hope I do well next week too, and then I'm gonna go home for a bit, see my dog, miss my dog. I'm gonna rest and then start training again for hopefully US Open.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the US Open. Is that a big one for you right now?
Yeah, I hope, because my sister, she's going to live there. She lives 10 minutes away from the center, so I would like to visit her, so yeah.
Well, listen, congratulations. That's 2 J200 titles in 1 month alone. Maybe you can make it a J300 title next week.
Yes, I hope.
There we
Thank
go.
you.
Emily, thank you so much, and congratulations again on your title.
Thank you.
That is Emily Zarts-Alunda, who is the victor today in this Curro J200 ITF event that's taken place just here today. And she managed to beat her opponent and the number 1 seed in Mika Buknik of Israel. The final score, 6-4, 6-7, 6-1. We say thank you very much to all our SABC viewers for watching this final with us. Stay with us because we've got so much more action coming your way. Thank you so much for joining us. Cheers for now. Well, taking a look at their profiles, this is Yuvan Nandel, the number 1 seed, 17 years old. He comes from India and has played plenty of his matches on hard courts as well as grass courts in his career, and has only won 1 title this year, and that came earlier this year, while he's up against another 17-year-old Chinese player in Taiyu Zhang, 91 ranking at the moment, just inside the top 100, and is looking to better that with a possible collection of 200 points on offer here for the winner of today's game. 50 wins on hard court, and he's got a win rate percentage of 72%. This was early on as the 2 players had to choose heads or tails at the coin toss. Umpires doing fantastic work here, choosing to receive and which side of the court they would like. And it looks like it is Yuvan Nandel that will serve first, the number 1 seed. Alongside me is Jared Temmel. And Jared, this is going to be a fantastic final as we about to get play underway. Yuvan Nandel serves first. It's been a fantastic start, and if anything, judging by what we saw in the women's final, this is also going to be exciting. I don't know about duration because that women's game almost lasted all of 3 hours.
Well, I was looking at saying good afternoon, Owen. Good to be with you again for this one. Looking forward to it. It's going to be super, super exciting.
Catching the line there. Fantastic play so far. It is 30 love in favor of Nandel. Beautiful shot down the line, passing shot from Zhang.
30-50.
I love the look of the players' kits for this one. I mean, Nandel's going with the traditional all-white, almost Wimbledon look. Zhang on the other side, very colourful and got plenty of stripes on their shorts.
Yeah, very interesting. He's looking a lot like Casper Ruud. Yeah, we're going to see a lot of this today where Nandel questions the umpire. A very fiery character. Likes to ask questions, likes to get away. likes to get away with what he can. So he he will always be on the brink of trying his luck.
Both very powerful strikers of the ball. Favor the forehand more than the backhand.
Yeah, Nandal this week has been really good to watch. He changes the pace of his ball with ease. And he's the more experienced campaigner out of the two, being 18 years old.
Well, first double fault of the match already.
Zhang Moore, 17. He's in form, come into these tournaments in form. He played 4 futures events in China leading in, and then had a victory at the J1 in Wuhan.
Just taking a look then at Nandal's record this week. And it's
Second
another
double.
double fault immediately, and is under pressure in his serve. Yeah, break point opportunity for Zhang. In fact, it is
That's game.
Yeah, double fault to hand the opening game to Zhang. 2 double faults. Wow, fiery start already. I'm just looking at the results then of Nandal this week. He saw off Guy Voorbeek, 6-1, 6-1, the South African, unfortunately going out in the first round. And he beat Mako Ellison 6-love, 6-4. Had a bit of a meltdown against the Korean player, Dongyun Wang. 6-2, love 6. Just gave everything away in that second set and then came back very feisty, 6-2. So the only 3-setter he faced all week long, and in the semi-finals saw off the American Curro Nguni and 6-4, 6-2. So it's been a bit of an up-down tournament for him. Like you said, he's a fiery character, and if it's not going his way, he just throws in the towel and starts all over again.
Yeah, quite correct. In that quarter-final match against Wang, he lost his way and quickly decided to just let the set go, refocus for the third. And then had a very interesting match against Ingenu in the semi-final. Karel, his sister, quite a nice story there. Karel's sister, Curvy, won Junior Wimbledon this year. So a family of pedigree. His dad sits courtside over here. So a good win. He's only 14 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, unlucky there.
Not sure if they've had Hawkeye. May have just caught the line, but umpires ruled that it's wide. Just taking a look then at Zhang's progression through to the final. He saw Ruben de Klerk of South Africa 6-1, 6-3 in the opening round, then beat Ivan Itukin 6-3, 6-3 as well, before seeing off the Greek Taktenberg, giving away the only set he's lost this week, 4-6, 6-2, 7-5, and then seeing off the Cypriot Andreas Tamini, 6-3, 7-5 in the semi-finals, and now faces Juvan Nandal in this junior men's final.
Yeah, you saw how he's used the wind to his advantage over there, using the kick serve. That ball kind of was attempted to be returned above his head. So I think the kick serve this whole week for the men, for the young men, has been a tactic that everyone's used.
Both these players aren't the the tallest of tennis players that we've seen, but still able to use that kick serve very effectively. And there we see it again. Not only did it kick, it just veered the other direction as well.
Yeah, I've asked a lot of players how they're feeling on the surface this week, and they've all just looked at me with big eyes and says it bounces. So there's going to be a lot more from where that came from.
It's almost like an off spinner, you know, either get the top spin or the
googly.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But I think we're in for a cracker here. Zhang, like I said earlier, is in form. He's the informed player for sure, coming off the men's tour and then winning in Wuhan. And then in contrast, you've got the experience of Nandel.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got Grand Slam experience. He's dedicated his whole career to the juniors. Hasn't played much at men's level.
Zhang's also very well travelled, playing all over the world. Took his very first title in Thailand last year, the first of 5 in the year. Then won 2 tournaments in Colombo, came down to Southern Africa where he played in Zimbabwe, won 2 J4 tournaments there as well. And like you said, Jared, the J100 Wuhan title earlier this year, so the man has got a lot of experience in finals.
Yeah, and that win at Wuhan was off the back of getting a junior exempt at 4 men's professional tournaments in China. So, you know, he played a level up, and you often find that playing that level up often then gets the results at junior level.
So Zhang has 3 breakpoint opportunities again. Not the ideal start here from the number 1 seed, Nandel.
Not at all. We have seen this before this week, though.
Comes another gust of wind, and Nandel just deciding to wait it out a little bit. Very experienced there, showing
he is an experienced campaigner,
Yeah.
Owen. He knows how to play the crowd. He's very experienced at.
Put away, and put away confidently. Zhang takes the 3rd game and is leading by 3 games to love in the opening set.
Yeah, Nandel, coming back to what I was saying, is that he's so confident on the court. He plays the situation so well, better than the other players. Knows how to play the crowd, knows how to play when his back's against, especially when his back's against the wall. It seems to inspire him and bring something out of him that otherwise wasn't there.
Take a look at these powerful forehands that came in from Zhang, and Nandel just couldn't get across to that one. And he was resigned. He knew it was past him already before he got there. And brilliant start here from the number 2 seed, Tianyu Zhang. from China.
Going back to his road to the final, he played against the Israeli Trachtenberg. Was down 4-2 in the third set, 40 love. So was nearly exiting and managed to find his way back. That was one of the matches of the tournament.
Well, Zhang also played in the Australian Open earlier this year, going out in the round of 32. It's not a bad result.
Not at all, and he played the J200 before the Oz Open, and I think also went quite deep.
Yeah.
So he's definitely the informed player. I mean, he's getting results all over the show this year.
That's a fantastic thing about watching junior tennis, is that you get to see the progress of these youngsters through the rankings, and one day we get to see them playing on the international stage over in all the major tournaments and events on the ATP tour. A few years ago I had the opportunity to commentate on the David Samai Open that took place down in Cape Town, and on that occasion Bjorn Berg's son Leo was involved in the final. He went down in the final, but good to see he is playing also now on the ATP tour, getting a couple of wildcard entries. I wonder if his surname plays any part in that.
Yeah, look, it can be a blessing and a curse, right?
Yeah, true.
Living in your father's footsteps or shadow. But absolutely.
Going for the big cross-court shot there, not paying off on this occasion. Nandal's not holding back anything at all. He's going to play his big shots.
Interestingly, he's already changed his racket on at the changeover, so maybe going for something with a bit more tension.
Tension or superstition?
The other one wasn't working. He's got to try find a way to neutralize the serve of Zhang. Zhang's serving numbers are right up there at the moment.
And Zhang holds serve for a 4-love lead. I'm just looking at Nandal. He's got his right shoulder heavily strapped. You can see the anesthetic tape, pink tape, just peering through his jersey, his shirt. I wonder if that's playing any part in his performance.
Yeah, he called for the trainer against the Korean Wang.
Yeah.
In quarterfinals. Had a problem serving overhead.
Yeah, maybe the wrong choice to come into the net on that occasion. Was dropping to his feet. He couldn't get down quickly enough. So plays that backhand down the line. Sees an opportunity, comes into the net, and it's too low for him, and with just too much pace on it. signaling there to his corner. I wonder what that meant.
I think it was a sign language for hurricane.
And it's Hurricane Zhang that he's facing at the moment. Good cross-court backhand there from Nandel.
Yeah, he's got to settle down. He's got to hit some balls. I always find beginning of a match, you know, after the first long rally, the nerves settle. And if I were coaching him now, I'd be trying to find a way to get that message through to him right now.
True. Oh, love fall down. I mean, something has to start clicking into place.
Interestingly, if you look at
double fault again.
Yeah. Interestingly, if you look at the way he's accumulated his points over the last year, it's been an opposite to Sars Lunde. Not consistent, but he's got big points at 2 or 3 tournaments. The JB1 in Pune and then the J300 at Sarawaka in Malaysia.
Finally a hold serve, and it is his first game of the opening set, but trailing 4-1 is Nandel. Just looking at the performance of Zhang over the past year. He started his year down with a J300 event in Australia. Went out in the quarterfinals to Cooper Williams in 3 sets. And this is all in the build-up to the Australian Open Junior Championships, where he got into the second round and eventually going out in the round of 32. Then went over to Ecuador, Colombia, but no success there. Peru, Thailand also going out in the early stages. Returned to play on the Asian circuit in Malaysia. Struggled there too before he went to Romania and seemed to have a bit more success there. Also travelled to Italy for some tournaments there, but nothing until he got back to Wuhan. And that's where all of a sudden things started to click together, winning that tournament against his fellow country player, Xisheng Li, 6-1, 6-1 in the final. There we go, beautiful forehand, and that was just earlier this month, so things have started working for him. So winning that Wuhan tournament before coming out to South Africa, and makes his second consecutive appearance in a final in as many tournaments. So he's doing pretty well, form player. Double fault there.
Yeah, it's quite interesting the way the two players have forged their junior careers and the paths they're on. Very two distinctive, very two different paths. Nandel taking the junior route, not playing much senior professional tennis, and probably looking to go to a top US college afterwards. So really building his game around marketing himself to the US colleges and potentially focusing on getting an education, a degree. And there's so many players, so many good players that come out of college, as you know. Whereas Zhang going for the more traditional route, well, from a professional perspective, playing the juniors, a mixture of the juniors and the pros, and looks like he's going to be blooded to turn pro straight after his junior career.
Oh, great passing shot there from Nandel. There we go. All of a sudden, we're getting to see a bit more of his skill.
Yeah, and those court smarts from him. The amount of ground he covered to get to that ball is something you won't see from many players here this week. He reads the game so well, and has proved to be a differentiator.
Glad you brought up that US college system. It's so vital in some players' careers to use that to launch their professional careers. Not only do you get an education, but you also get a chance to mix it up with some of the best players from around the world and players from the USA, obviously. And we saw that with one of the Monsi brothers, who also based himself over there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think India being a third world country, very similar to South Africa, your route sometimes becomes more obvious and different to, let's compare to first world China maybe, where they put a lot more effort and funding into tennis. So there might be a more obvious career with junior exempts, wild cards into tournaments, and the federation and the country looking after their players, or being able to look after their players better.
And Zhang holds serve there to take a comfortable 5-1 lead in the opening set of this junior men's final at the Curro ITF J200 event.
Kevin Anderson is also someone who came through the college system. It was at Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah, true. Kevin Anderson also decided to come out of retirement not so long ago.
Yeah, can you believe that?
Hard to believe.
Yeah, and he won a couple of rounds, right?
Yeah, he did.
First tournament back. It was stateside.
And I guess playing on grass over in the United States for Kevin Anderson coming out of retirement also, I mean, he struggled with injury and that's a reason he almost left the sport. Maybe grass is just a bit more forgiving, I guess, on the body than a hard court surface and clay. What do you think? In your opinion, is that the case? It's a much faster game, I know that.
Yeah, great rally there. Yeah, I think in Kevin's case, it's the grass definitely suits his game. Big serve, 6'7", gets good purchase. So, and he's got big levers. So the longer the points last, the more taxing it is for him versus someone that's kind of shorter, more nuggety. So definitely in Kevin's case, that would be true.
It's important.
Oh, another breakpoints opportunity here for Zhang. He's got two of them to wrap up the opening set. And he does convert it. Zhang takes the opening set of the Curro ITF J200 Junior Men's Final and leads by 1 set to love after a 6-1 scoreline in that opening set.
Yeah, I think lots to think about for Nandal. He's got to go back to the drawing board. He's got to get a lot more tough in situations. Can't be so loose. Can't be losing points that easily. He's not a player that should be doing that at all. His pedigree and his quality demands more in a situation like this. And I'm pretty sure he's going to rise to the occasion second set.
He needs also a bit of discipline to come back into his game if Nandal's going to send this to a deciding third. Don't see it going that way. Zhang just looks so composed. He's on top of his game at the moment. As you look at the summary of the opening sets, which concluded after just 27 minutes. And it is Tian Yu Zhang. If you look at that first serve percentage, pretty poor from Nandal. 57% compared to 71.
4 double faults.
4 double faults. Heavy unforced errors. I probably would have seen a lot more unforced errors in that first set. And total points won also. Big difference there, 26 to 13. Yeah, and just shows you in the score line exactly what it meant. 3 break points won, or 3 breaks to serve won there for Zhang, which ultimately proved his in his favor against the young Indian player Ivan Nandal, who's left the court side now for a break. He's gone to go look for that reset button that we keep talking about.
He's looking at himself in the mirror right now saying, come on.
Who are you? Well, we are a sports crazy country. We love our sport here, and it's really unfortunate we don't have a South African in the final. So repeats of possible Devin Bardenos' feats from last year. Anyway, we still highly entertained. Into the second set we go, and it is Zhang to serve.
Yeah, this is a different guy.
Yeah, I think he found that reset button. He's more pumped up.
Yeah, I've seen this before this week. Talking to himself.
Oh. When you carry an injury like that, a shoulder injury, which is his serving arm, by the way, how much does it play in the back of your mind? I mean, if I just get a feeling niggle, am I concerned about it? Do I carry on?
Look, I think pre-match he would have spoken to his team and kind of figured out whether it was worth playing or not. The fact that he's on the court surely must indicate that he's okay. Heavy play again from Zhang. He hit the serve out wide and then a heavy ball cross court. He's been doing that the whole week so well.
First game, second set.
So Zhang holds serve at the start of the second set. It's been one-way traffic so far in this final. I thought the way that Nandal won that first point of the second set, we thought maybe there's a chance he's going to come back and be a different player. Not so the case. It's almost a repeat of what we saw in the opening set.
It'll be interesting to see how he comes out and serves now. If there's any indication that there's pain to the shoulder.
Announce yourself.
But he is a player that wants to take it to his opponent all the time. Likes to hit a hard flat ball, which is not ideal today.
It's amazing. I mean, he hits the ball so hard, but there's so much top spin on it. When it hits a court, it slows down quite a bit, giving his opponent time to play it. So this court is very rough.
You mean Nandal?
I'm talking about Zhang.
Yeah, he's hitting an incredible ball this week. I mean, he's probably hitting the biggest ball out there.
And Nandal reduced to his knees, his haunches. He just doesn't have the game that led him to this final. Shaking his head, looking at his support team. Body language says a lot, and I think Zhang is feeding off this. He's relishing it, lapping it up, in the hope of just making this a very quick final.
Let's hope from the spectator's point of view that's not the case. But, you know, absolutely, Zhang is going to definitely want to take this.
Well, the crowd that were in for the women's final, they got their money's worth. That's for sure. Here we go again. Another breakpoint opportunity for Zhang. Just a bit too long there. Still another breakpoint opportunity for Zhang.
It's quite ironic, Owen, this week. Nandal's been traveling with a physio, not a coach.
Yeah.
Lady in the crowd there, the black tracksuit, and the irony is that he's the injured player, and he's been so good with his stretching regime, pre-match, post-match. It almost feels like an indictment to the effort that he's been putting in.
Oh! And there it is, another break, the first of the second set. And look at Nandal. He is down, but not out just yet. Take a look at that again. Puts it out wide, and he slides. Nothing to read into that. I don't think he hurts himself at all. I just think he's out of this. What more does he have to do? just a bit too long, but great retrieval skills there from Zhang to get across to that forehand on the right-hand side of the court.
Yeah, one feels that Nando's got to have to come up with something soon. Often players in this type of situation are going to look for a reset moment. You sometimes find players breaking a racket or, you know, figuring out something. But a moment that can take the focus off of what's happening. He needs to find that soon.
Well, let's see what outlet he has to his disposal. Comfortably put away by Zhang. He moves so nicely. I love what I'm seeing at the moment from Zhang. When a player's at the top of their game and they move so well and strike the ball so well, it is the most beautiful thing to see, and especially to see it live. I don't think you get to appreciate it as much on television as you do courtside.
So true.
Just the gust of wind coming across Zhang there as he was about to serve. Yeah, just kicked off the court and didn't expect that, and miscued and mistimed shot from Zhang. Gives Nandel an opportunity to stay in this game.
Yeah, one of the rare moments this week where he's shown he is human. Great serve. I've been so impressed with his serve, particularly today. I mean, he's used the wind well, but his variation on the serve, that serve was taken on the return way outside the tram line, coupled with the balls that are spitting and kicking. He's creating havoc out here for Nandel.
Good decision making at the net there. But Zhang, who's been so impressive with his foot skill, and that moment you just got caught out and had no other choice but to crouch to get to that ball. And then Nandel at the net, just placing it over there, knowing that his opponent is down and way behind the baseline.
That was a great example of the hurricane signal that he gave out earlier. That ball was a...
Good serve out wide from Zhang. Looking to hold serve for a 3-love lead in the second set.
Yeah, and you've got to expect more from Nandel in that situation. Something building here.
Yeah, it could possibly be. He's just a bit late on that shot. Zhang.
I think it was the commentator's curse. The poetic look of Zhang.
Big kicking serve.
Taken on the boundary there by one of the
brilliant.
spectators.
Giving that man a prize. Did he do it with one hand?
wind was swirling. Yeah, that's a great hold of serve, and one can't overstate how big that serve is. Owen, Nandal, he either has got to step in and take that ball early, or he's got to make something of that return, because he's going to get beat.
Yeah, that kick out wide is so difficult to negate. And it sees Tian Yu Zhang go 3-love up in the second set after taking the opening set 6-1 quite comfortably in a very one-sided encounter so far after 40 minutes of play. It looks like the number 2 seed from China is heading towards his 7th title on the ITF Junior Tour. I don't think the Nandel we've seen all week long has arrived on finals day. He needs to kick it into another gear. Unfortunately, he's stuck in first at the moment. Nandel getting ready to serve. Shane just taking his time. Notice, and that left ankle of Nandel's also got a heavy strapping on it, protected. It's quite common with tennis players. I mean, if they're carrying a bit of a niggle in their ankles, to safeguard it with a custom-made strap like that.
Yeah, what happens with the ankles is that once you've injured them once, you seem to have a reoccurring. The lie angle of the knee and the hip and the ankle sometimes might be a bit off. Such a common injury in tennis. Yeah. And
oh, beautiful cross-court forehand. We need more of that from Nandel.
yeah, you often find players wearing that brace as a precaution more than anything. But like we said in the first set analysis, he's got to find a higher percentage of first serves here now. Yeah.
That's much better from Nandel. Another player you also see with heavily strapped ankles is Andy Murray, and also had some bad injuries as a youngster, and safeguards his ankles with the black strapping that we see, the ankle guards. Make sure that he stays match fit. And sometimes it becomes a crutch. You just have to have it on. Despite not having any injuries or qualms, you just want it there.
Yeah, I like the word you used. It becomes a mental safety. Nandel finding 2 first serves over here, 40-15.
So Nandel looking to hold serve for the first time in this second set.
Physio on screen there.
So Nandel holds serve for the first time in the second set. Much better performance from the young man from India, #1 seed at this tournament. Zhang out to serve for a 4-1 lead.
Good enough.
And Nandel stepping further back in the court now for the return, which is good to see. Yeah, much better from the Indian player. Took the return late, gave himself time, allowed himself to get the ball deep, and then forced the error. We've got to see more from him, more play like that. Yeah, it's still better though. He's got to continue like that. Nandel finding a gear here. It's definitely the ball speed off the racket is much higher now, Owen.
Settling into his game now. It took him a while. He's not happy at all. What a point that was. Great hustle from both these gladiators, and eventually though Zhang holds serve to go 4-1 up in the second set and edging ever so closer towards their title. But what a point that was. Great to watch, great spectacle from both players who found themselves in a bit of trouble there, but digging themselves out of a hole. But it was that man now in picture that came out on top.
Yeah, tactical genius there from Zhang. He had noticed Nandel back further in the court. I mean, this is the first game Nandel's gone back in the court, right?
Yep.
And what does Zhang do? Drop shot. Straight up and neutralizes that situation. So you got to hand it to him. He's seeing the game well. He's reading the game well. In control.
Time.
Double fault again. It's something that has troubled Nandel throughout this final, committing far too many errors, too many double faults. That's his 4th or 5th already. How quickly the game turns on its head when you hit 2 bad shots.
That's just not a good shot selection. I mean, he's served and he's moved 2 meters back in the court, and he's wanting to hit a flat ball, missing it in the net. He's got to go with height there.
Very patient play there from Nandel. He stayed calm, didn't go for the big shots and waited for Zhang to make the error.
Yeah, and we've seen that from Nandel. When he's actually willing to stick in the point, he gets the reward. We've seen numerous occasions now where Zhang has made a mistake deep or long into a point, you know, the longer the rally goes on.
The ball is inside.
That's 2 long shots an arm. Zhang just missing out in his range. Just missing out there, but you got to appreciate the hustle from Zhang.
Yeah, the athletic ability of Zhang there is just on show for everybody to see. I mean, it's just incredible, the flexibility that he had there out wide as we watch the point again here.
He's even out of shot there. That's how much he had to move. That was a great volley, and then unfortunately just pushing it out wide. Great hands from Nandel also.
And the return there, which kind of goes unnoticed, was incredible because Nandel hit a first serve of note.
When he serves like that, it's impossible to play. And Nandel holds serve. And still Zhang that leads by 4 games to 2 in the second set after taking the opening set comfortably 6-1.
Owen Zhang has just been incredible this week in the big moments. 4-2 now, obviously at the change being 5-2 up is big. So it's interesting to see how he handles this game now.
See, both of them have got the Nick Kyrgios studded earring in.
Yeah.
Zhang showing some emotion there. He's winning the point, giving himself the fist pump. almost sounds like Spanish. Vamos. That was a big serve down the middle.
Oh, that's just enormous.
That's enough.
Yeah, you almost have to be superhuman just to return that. Let's take a look at it again. Beautiful service motion from him and kicks off the surface. Follows it up with a nice wide first serve.
Yeah, quite interestingly, the wind has died down now. You would hope that Nando would take full control now or use it to his advantage.
Jungle is 5 games to 2, second set, and set to long.
That's what I was saying, Owen. Important game there for Zhang to hold to go 5-2, and he's taken it 40 love. He's taken it to love. 4 first serves.
So, one game away from sealing the victory for the man in picture at the moment. Leading the second set 5-2.
I can tell you one thing, if there's one player here this week that can dig himself out of this hole,
Yeah,
it's the man
on the other seat.
Exactly.
That's how it stands at the moment. After 56 minutes of play, it is the Chinese number 2 seed, Tianyu Zhang, that leads by 5 games to 2 after taking the first set 6-1. And in a show of willpower, Ivan Nandel has come out of his seat as quickly as possible. He's not going to throw in the towel just yet. He's going to be asking questions, and you can see what it means to him.
Wonder if he's unlocked that suitcase.
It's going to come down with icicles, and it's still in play. Oh, he touched the net there. So it goes against him. Wow. I think the wind also just had an effect on it. He sees the funny parts in it.
Yeah, that's extraordinary. That you watch 100 tennis matches and you won't see that.
Yeah, so it bounced over the net, and the wind took it back over the net again. Oh, what a passing shot down the line. Beautiful from Zhang.
Yeah, that ball had dipped just a little bit too much, which meant that Nandel had to play the volley up and gave Zhang time to get to the pass.
Oh, well put away there by Nandel.
Yeah, he's seeming a lot more confident now, making first serves and stepping into the court and taking the ball early, which he has to do. I mean, it looks a lot better now.
Yeah, I hope he holds serve here. I mean, it'd be nice to see Zhang have to work hard for this second set at least. It's in a bad time to have a double fault. Even lost words there at the way that came in.
Yeah, he seemed decent this game, and it's a bit unlucky not to serve a double at this stage.
Well, as it stands, it is match point then for Tianyu Zhang. And it goes out wide. Sealing the win for China's number 2 seed, Tianyu Zhang.
A comfortable 6-1, 6-2 victory in less than an hour. It's handshakes all round, especially in Zhang's camp. And good to see a smile on the face of Nandel despite this heavy defeat in the final. It was really a true display of power and grit from Tianyu Zhang from China, who collects his 7th ITF junior title of his career. He is a star in the making.
Yeah, one-way traffic here from Zhang, and very gracious in defeat there from Nandel, just acknowledging it, acknowledging that he was beaten by a better player today. It's good to see it, the maturity from Nandel. He's probably been in these situations more often than not, and yeah, credit to him.
So, Zhang just getting ready then for prize giving, which will take place shortly. And Nandel has gone straight out of the court area. It's been a very short final this. We expected a lot more from it, but ending within an hour, as both players are really in a hurry to get out of here. We'll have to stop them because there's a post-match presentation that will take place on court. I think he's just keen to go out there and greet his team, and a job well done.
So here we are with the highlights as Nandel serves. It's been an interesting final here in the boys, with Zhang just being incredibly dominant. His combination of his serve and big forehand has just got him out of trouble and led to quite an easy victory in the end. Nandel has just seemed a little bit off pace, off gear to what he has been the whole week, with his flat style of play in these windy conditions just hasn't been the best way to go about things. In the end, Zhang has just proved to be too much, and he does seem to be a promising junior in the making, and someone to look out for in week 2 for the J300 coming up. Nandel will have to go back to the drawing books and take a deep look of himself, and regroup for next week's tournament. Hopefully he's okay with that shoulder. He just wasn't able to find any way past this dominant Zhang today. As we see this point where he just showed off his physical attributes, getting to everything. It's been incredible to watch, and a great spectacle for everybody who's come out here today. Unfortunately, Nandel's first serve percentage was really low in the final today, uncanny compared to the rest of the week, under 50%. When he did serve and when he did get his first serve in, he was playing the brand of tennis that he probably hoped to have played, on the front foot, taking time away from Zhang, but it wasn't to be, as Zhang takes another title. The informed man from China is our J200 winner in week 1 of this Durban series. So let's look at the match stats. Match 1 hour long, straight sets win for Zhang, aces 1-0. The double fault count is just a little bit too high for Nandel, who struggled with everything overhead. One wonders whether it's got to do with the injury that he's carrying. You see an 80% first serve from Zhang versus a 61, and that really made the difference for him today. Unforced errors, not too high from both players, and break points 2 out of 4 versus 1 out of 1, but Zhang did create more opportunities, that's for sure. Total winners or total points 56-31. I mean, that's impressive, and led to the straight sets victory. Yeah, today's been a great spectacle. Great crowd in over here watching, local crowd from Hillcrest and from around, and they've just been gifted with viewing some of the top juniors in South Africa take on each other over here at Curro Hillcrest.
I'm standing now with the winner of today's Curro ITF J200 Final Junior Men's Championship winner, Tianyang Zhang of China, who's just picked up his second consecutive victory and tournament victory in a row. It's been a good month for you. You won in Wuhan, and now you come to South Africa and won another title. Take us through the final.
I think today I play is like very well, and this is my first time to get the G200 champion, and I'm very happy today.
It's your 7th title overall as a junior. What is your aspirations? Where do you want to take your career to?
I want to play like Grand Slam.
Yeah.
For junior, also like men's, is my dream.
Any chance in playing in the US Open Junior event?
Yeah, I play.
Oh, well, best of luck. Listen, we'll chat to you a bit later on, but congratulations on winning South Africa. Will you be playing next week, by the way?
Yeah, I play the next week.
Good luck.
I play doubles with Nadal.
Congratulations and well done. We speak to the runner-up in today's event, Ivan Nandel. Ivan, I noticed that you had very heavy strapping on your right shoulder. Did that affect you at all today in the final?
Actually, this injury is old. I'm injured from last 3 months, and it's really not been good for me. But I think that wasn't the reason today. It was just in my head somewhere that I was like, it's the wind, being negative all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was same for him, and he handled the wind well. He played better than me. He got a big serve, and he was able to put them in the first serves and everything. And I think he's a great player, and that's how I should be mentally like he is, because he was just like, there was a lot of wind. I was literally playing not on the court, like I was playing on court 2, but I'm on court 1. But I think he knew how to handle it, so he took the victory today by a great score. But
it's such a mental game. If you look at you guys, you're very equally matched, but at the end of the day it comes down to the mental game.
Yes, exactly.
How do you approach that then next time round?
I think I need a little bit of more meditation, not getting irritated, stay calm, not stop complaining about things what's happening on the court, because at last you're flying from 16 hours flight, paying a lot of things, and if you start complaining like me, then it's stupid by being here.
What did you think about the conditions here in South Africa, and how's the tournament treated you?
It was great. The referee, Director Leslie, everyone is so good here, and I think I really love this place at some point, because from first round to semi-finals, the weather conditions were good. I was feeling happy on every day on the court, and it's a great place, good people. Nobody's rude to you, everyone is nice to you. If you need help, they are always there for you, and perfect. It's just a nice tournament for me.
Will you be playing next week, and
Yes.
what does the rest of the year look like for you?
I think I'll be playing the next week, and after that I'll be going to Sweden and then traveling for US Open main draws.
Listen, it's been a fantastic watching you in action. We look forward to seeing you again next week. Then.
Yeah, for sure.
Ivan Nandel, thank you so much
Thank
for your
you,
time.
guys.
That's Ivan Nandel, and we're going to be joined now by Mr. Guthrie, who is the headmaster of Curro Hillcrest. Fantastic having you. Thank you so much. We couldn't chat to you a bit early on, but nonetheless, this is a fantastic facility. And we had fantastic finals here today, the women's final, the men's final, and we were spoiled for choice.
We're very blessed to have this tournament and this venue here at Curro Hillcrest. Facilities are fantastic, and my thanks to Tennis South Africa as well as Curro Sport, as well as the ITF for allowing us to host it here. It's been a great pleasure and privilege.
Paul Guthrie, it's not the first time that we're here at Curro Hillcrest. It's been a fantastic hosting venue for the ITF Junior Men's and Women's Series. What else do you offer around here? Because it seems like you got everything.
Well, we believe in a holistic education, so first and foremost we do teach, not just play sport, but certainly sport is a big part of what we do here in terms of a number of different activities, and obviously the cultural aspect of our school is also huge. So we believe in a holistic education and providing balanced individuals and to produce good human beings who will go out being leaders in South Africa.
Are we in for the long run? Been hosting events here at the for ITF events, junior men's and women's. Is it something that you'd like to do for many years still to come?
Yes, absolutely. I think we have a responsibility to tennis in South Africa, and if Tennis South Africa and the ITF feel that this is a venue which is suitable for them, we certainly be willing to contribute and support.
Paul Guthrie, thank you so much for your time. It's a fantastic facility, and we look forward to being here again next week for the J300.
Great pleasure.
Paul Guthrie, who's the headmaster of Curro Hillcrest. Great chatting to him as well. Well, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to be doing the post-match presentation of both the men's and women's junior finals. So stay with us. Well, the presentation, we're getting ready for that. It's going to be fantastic to be handing out those prizes to our respective winners. And we've been spoiled today with fantastic finals that took place. Emily Sart Lunda of Norway winning the women's junior finals by a scoreline of 6-4, 6-7, 6-1, beating Mika Buknik by a comfortable 3 sets. And that match almost lasting all of 3 hours long. And that was followed by the junior men's final, which was one-way traffic for one man in particular, Tingyun Zhang of China, who beat Yuvan Nandel 6-1, 6-2. And the crowd have been entertained. But it doesn't end here, because there's so much more to come your way. We've got a J300 event offering even more very valuable points to the winner for next week. 300 points being handed out, ranking points being handed out to the winner of the tournament, 210 points for finishing in second place. And again, a tournament like that, Jared, offers our young South African aspirant players the chance to showcase their talent and, you know, obviously measure themselves up against the best juniors from around the world.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the South Africans have got to come out here and make use of the opportunity that's on the plate for them. So looking forward to seeing another week where that is on show, and South Africans can come in and just make the best of it.
Well, we got Paul Guthrie, the headmaster of Curro Hillcrest, standing by alongside the Tennis South Africa president, Gavin Crooks, who will be doing the post-match presentation. And we're getting ready for that at the moment. Good to see some of the young South Africans also out there. And that's how it stands at the moment. A young talent there, including our winner of the women's title earlier on, Emily Sart Lund of Norway. And in the middle there, with all smiles in the bright yellow shoes, is Mika Buknik, who unfortunately lost the final. It still looks to be in very good spirits indeed. Weather conditions were not great today. The sun was out, it was nice and warm, but windy conditions. And speaking to Yuvan Nandel, says that he struggled with that completely today, and that threw his mind he wasn't a problem physically, but mentally he just couldn't deal with it well enough.
Yeah, well, it was interesting to hear what he had to say there in his comments, and just being so truthful. I mean, you don't often see that from a player, just saying, hey, the conditions got the best of me today, and that is it. So credit to him. Unfortunate that he couldn't get over it, and I think Zhang's game played a big part in him being unable to come up with anything that could, weather the storm that he found himself in.
It was quite interesting. While I was interviewing Zhang, I had Nandel standing just behind me and interpreting in exactly the same language I was using. So I was wondering what is the difference. But they are doubles partners. They do understand each other quite well. And they're good mates, which is fantastic to see and how global tennis is. It's not a sport of countrymen with countrymen versus another country. It's a case of, listen, we're all in the same game. We all got the same common goal. And that's what the level is. It comes down to tennis, and that's all we want to do is win. Well, we're doing our presentation at the moment, and these are the doubles winners. They've been handed their trophies by Paul Guthrie, headmaster of Curro Hillcrest, and Mr. Gavin Crooks, the president of Tennis South Africa.
Yeah, those the runners up there.
Runners up, I beg your pardon.
Marley Roth and June Vaziad from China. From Russia. And here come the winners, Maya Ingia and Gloriana Naim.
And they get a round of applause from the crowd as well. Pictures will be taken. And this will be catalogued by both these players, as it is a huge stepping stone in their young careers. Now to the men's doubles runners-up. And that is Sharetlin Kofi and Denzel Sitso, who claim the runner-up prize. And our winners in the men's junior finals double will come up now. We're waiting for the one player who's making his way onto the court. Almost caught out. And it is Timofey Derepasko along with Igor Plishevtsev. So the two players collecting their prize. Congratulations to both of them. Very tall players indeed.
Oh, and just Mika coming on screen, taking the runners up for the girls, standing over there. And here we have Emily Sars-Lund coming up as the girls singles winner.
And she'll stand alongside Mika Bushanek, who is the runner-up of the Curro ITF Junior 200 Finals.
It's a great photo.
Congratulations to both of them. The runner-up in the men's final is Yuvan Nandel, and he was comprehensively beaten by the man that comes up to collect his trophy right now, and that is Tianyu Zhang of China, who recorded a 6-1, 6-2 victory. They great mates. They play doubles together and are very understanding of how this game is played. And we had a very honest opinion about the final from Yuvan Nandel, who said the wind had just got the better of him today, and it was more a mental game that he was not able to get over that hurdle. At the end of the day, it was a fantastic display of tennis for all to see, and it's great to welcome the world to South Africa and the province of KZN, where we find ourselves just 30 kilometers outside of Durban, west of Durban, at the Curro ITF J200 Finals that took place at Curro Hillcrest, as all our winners and runners-up get their picture taken. And we look forward to doing this once again next week for our J300 event. And remember, you'll be able to follow all the action here with us on SABC Sport, bringing you action from the semi-finals as well as the finals of both the junior men and junior women. So we'll keep you updated on all the action. It's been a fantastic day. From Jerry Temlett and myself, Owen Honey, we said thank you for joining us and the entire team, and brought you the visuals today. And we look forward to your company again next time. Cheers for now.